All right.
I just want to let you guys know that I'm using my phone and my laptop since my laptop doesn't work with audio. So I'm using my phone for audio. That's why there's two screens for me.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see y'all.
All right. Well, we will go ahead and get started. Can everyone hear me all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
we can hear you. We
Okay.
can hear you.
Up for two. Right. I'm gonna try and find a good spot for my internet here.
Yeah, the internet, I had to move around as well. Get from
Okay.
outside, they start mowing the lawn. I was like, goodness.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Very excited for our first day here, and I'm gonna keep moving, so I'll try not to make y'all sick here. I'm not at my home at the moment, so just trying to figure out best place here. Let's see. All right, so I would like to begin our class today with a land acknowledgement. Is anyone familiar with a land acknowledgement?
Not me.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's
You pause a little bit, Erica. But I know we're working on it though. The virtual experience. We're gonna get through this though, y'all. We're gonna get through this. Wow, you showing up twice. That's what's up. Leader's showing up twice for y'all, like, you know, two different places at once. So shout out to our bridge leader. Shout out to Brianna, Isabella, good morning.
Morning.
Sabrina, Abigail. Oh, we have two Abigails. All right now. Hello, hello. Cecilia, hello. Destiny, Jonathan, Carla, Haley, Stephanie. We have another Carla. Or am I seeing double? I'm seeing double. I'm seeing double. Oh, that's what's happening. For folks who have their, cameras on, and even for folks who have their cameras off, can y'all give me a thumbs up if you're feeling good? Okay, and then for folks who have the cameras off, just, I'm good. You can put that in the chat. I'm good. If you're there, the chat have not gone off. Y'all leaving me on read. Story of my life. Okay, and perfect. And we have Erica back. Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you so much. So, even the professors, right? We have our moments and our problems. Thank you, Erica, for inviting everyone to check in those various ways. So I'm just going to keep going here. So a land acknowledgement, right, is to acknowledge the peoples whose lands the space that you're sitting on belong to. And so for me, I'm here in Santa Rosa at the moment, Santa Rosa, California, just a little north of our campus. And these are the traditional lands of the Coast Miwok, Southern Pomo peoples, and many other smaller tribes, the Mishawal-Wapo. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that I'm sitting on their land today. I don't think I saw any head nods that you've experienced a land acknowledgement before. So I would just like to invite all of you to check out in the chat. This is just before we do our introductions. You'll see I just sent you a link to an app called Native Land. So I'd like to encourage you before tomorrow, before the next time we meet, is that I'd like you to download this app, check it out, whether on your computer or on your phone. And what it allows you to do, it allows you to look at different areas. So you can actually just drop a pin wherever you are and it will tell you the traditional lands, who the people are who practice their culture there. And so, and there's a whole history and complicated and interesting conversation around even marketing those lands. So that's something we'll talk about another time. And I'm happy to talk with you more about it if you're interested. But I just wanted to begin with a land acknowledgement. So if there is anybody else who would like to acknowledge the traditional peoples of the land that they're on, you're welcome to do so, whether in the chat or live.
I'll go next. Yeah, I'm from Napa, and the natives from this land are also kind of the Wapo natives. So they're also kind of from Santa Rosa. They're from Calistoga, a little bit all the way to Sonoma County.
Thank you, Juan.
Can you guys hear me real quick?
We can.
Okay. You got the app, and I'm actually looking Humboldt County, which is like 3 hours from the state up north, but I am currently sitting on the Wea tribe, I guess. Yeah, and it just says Wea. It's pretty simple.
Thank you. It was a little broken up, but I think we got it.
Okay, I'll go next. Hello, you all. Hello. This is Erica Black. And I looked up my address. I'm actually in Los Angeles right now. I grew up in Inglewood, California, but my parents do now reside in Los Angeles, California.
Hear me?
And so I am now on the land of Shumash. And please excuse my pronunciation. I'm definitely not going to be disrespectful, but I'll put it in the chat what it's spelled. And that is where I am.
Great. Thank you. I can see some of you checking it out for the first time. Others of you maybe have had the experience before, but again, this is a way I like to open any a gathering that I am part of, to be conscious and respectful. And so I invite you to check that out before our next gathering. But we'll go ahead and we can begin with our introductions. I guess you should have done that first. My name is Dr. Erica Tom, and I'm your reading and writing instructor. And my pronouns, so the gender that I identify with, are she, her, hers. And I am also, I want to share, I know I sent you an announcement introduction, but I want to share one fun fact about myself, or something weird about myself that you might not know just meeting me here. And so I'll invite each of you to share your names, where you're from, your pronouns, and then a fact about you. So for me, it's that I have like monkey toes, like really long toes, and I can actually like pick things up with them. I could like pick up pencils and stuff like that. So it's sort of a weird thing, but now you will not forget your professor, Erica Tom, who could pick stuff up with her toes. Who'd like to go next? Professor Kanana?
Yeah, I can go now. Hi, everybody. So my name is Isabella Kanana. I'm a professor at the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, and I'm more on the mathematics side. So if statistic classes are the only math classes in your future, probably you won't see me in classroom. But if you are planning to take calculus or something else, then maybe you will cross paths. I'm originally from Poland, and I spent like half of my life in Poland. I got all the way to my master's degree in Poland, and I came to States to get my PhD, and I ended up in Upper Peninsula in Michigan. And maybe I'm also first generation student. My sister was the first one to college. By my parents didn't go to college. My sister did. And maybe fun fact, I actually never travel abroad. So the first time, so I was in Poland in the Central Europe. My first international trip was the little trip, like 24-hour trip to US, Michigan. That's, I think, so maybe who next?
Yeah, so I'll go next. Hi everyone, my name is Brianna Moreno. Y'all can call me Bree. I'm from Richmond, California, and I'm going to be a fourth year now at Sonoma State. I'm double majoring in psychology and women's and gender studies. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and my team is Team Ruby. So yeah.
Okay, it's my turn. My name is Juan Arturo Garcia Rodriguez. My pronouns are he, him, his, él. My fun fact is I'm a transfer student. I've been in school now going on to my 7th year. I didn't know what I was doing for a while, so it took me a while to get here, but I'm here now. That's kind of my fact, and I live here in Napa, California. Who wants to go next?
Actually, Juan and Brianna, thank you so much for introducing yourselves as Summer Bridge leaders. And could you actually, just in case we're all learning new things coming from different places, could you explain pronouns, just in case anybody hasn't heard of that before? Just like a land acknowledgement, some people aren't familiar with introducing yourself with your pronouns. So maybe you could explain that, and then we could start kind of popcorning where somebody just says somebody's name on the screen.
Yeah, so I can explain what pronouns are. So basically, pronouns are the gender that you identify with. So for example, I identify with feminine pronouns. I feel like I'm a girl. So I use she, her, hers. Other people prefer to use they, them pronouns if they are non-binary. And yeah, that's basically a little bit about it.
For myself, my pronouns, I identify myself as a male, so I use my pronouns as he, him, his, and él, since I am Latinx.
And I forgot about that too, but my pronouns are she, her, hers also. I don't think I included that.
And I also want to add as well, my pronouns is she, her, hers. And thank you, Juan and Brianna, for the explanation. And for students, I just also want to say as well that given this is like, a transition, and there may be times where you may forget to or may not feel comfortable, whatever it is, to say your pronouns. We also want to like acknowledge that as well, that this is a learning experience. And if anything, and if at any time you feel like reprimanded or someone trying to belittle you or anything for not like saying things a certain way, just please make sure we're learning each other. So it goes both ways. So we appreciate y'all and invite you all to definitely kind of like take that into account and stuff. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you. And I just want to acknowledge that a couple people are putting into the chat. Sabrina, I'm also from Santa Rosa. I believe I'm sitting on the land of the Southern Pomo. Jonathan, I'm from Compton, California, the land of the Tonga. Thank you for putting those into the chat, and thank you, Brianna, Juan, and Erica for sharing that. It's all a place of learning, and like I said, I've been through a lot of school, and I'm still asking questions. That's actually one of the things we learn to do in college, and if you go beyond college or whatever you do, is you learn to ask questions. So please shout them out whenever you want. So we're gonna popcorn. So the idea is that I'm gonna say someone's name, and then you'll introduce yourself, and then you can look at the screen here and you'll see somebody else's name until everybody's had a chance to introduce themselves. Right, so I'm going to popcorn it over to Carla. Oh, which Carla? That's a good question. Thank you. I was just looking at the one here. Carla Hernandez Reynoso, would you like to go ahead, please? Thank you for indicating that.
Yeah, can you hear me? So my name is Carla Hernandez. I use the pronouns she, her, hers. I live in Concord, California, which is like 40 minutes from San Francisco. And I'm a Sagittarius. Popcorn Jolene.
Hi everyone, my name is Jolene. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I also live in Concord, California. And fun fact about me is I like to sing. Popcorn, Sabrina.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. So my name is Sabrina Philman. I'm also from San Jose, California, as I mentioned. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm also an academic talent search alumni. I went through the program through Cinema State in 6th grade. And the fact about myself is that I like to roller skate. I'll popcorn it over to Abigail.
Hi, my name's Abigail Lisa Raras. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and ella. I also live in San Jose, California, and a fun fact about me is that I like writing. Oh, popcorn to Cecilia.
Sorry, can I ask you, you like riding?
Yeah.
What kind of riding? Like motorcycles, like the way?
No, like writing.
Writing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. Hello, my name is Cecilia Contreras. My pronouns are she, her, her, and ella. And I also live in San Jose, California. And something interesting about me is that last year I was able to go on a trip to Spain, and I actually went with Abigail, the one who popcorned me. And then I call on Selena.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. So my name's Selena. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm from Marin County, and I can't really think of any silly facts about myself, but one fact is that I do play the saxophone. Popcorn, Destiny.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay. My name's Destiny. My pronouns are her, she, or she, her, her. I think that's how you say it. And then where do I live? I live in Fresno, California. It's like 4 hours away from LA. And an interesting fact about me is that I had braces for 4 years. And I popcorn Destiny.
Is that me, right? I think. Yeah? Okay. Can you hear me? You hear me well? Okay, so my name is Jesse Hunter Vaughn. Nickname JJ. My pronouns are he, his, him. I'm from the Monterey Bay, and some facts or interesting things about myself is I played a cello and I just like hanging around and chilling. I'll popcorn to Jonathan.
You guys can hear me good? Okay. My name is Jonathan. My pronouns is he, him, his, él. I am from Compton, California. I was born on Valentine's, and it's almost like 6 hours away from me, so kind of trying to get away. But yeah. Major business. Yeah. Popcorn. Carla Alor. That's how you say it.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. My name is Carla Alor. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I live here in San Pablo, California. Fun fact about me is um, I have two parakeets. And I popcorn Haley.
This format of meeting does take some patience. And so appreciate everybody, being patient, waiting for people to get their sound on, or for like me to find the spot where I have best reception. So we'll have Haley introduce herself over chat. That will happen sometimes in a live class. And so you always remember, you can always use the chat as a way to show that, introduce yourself, etc. Hey, my name is Haley Midley. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm from Manteca, California. And fun fact, I'm part of the SSU cheer team this year. All right, thank you, Haley. Do you want to write in somebody else's name who hasn't gone yet? All right, so has everyone gone? All right. So we have a few people who can go ahead and introduce themselves.
So it looks like Josue wants to go first. And it's okay if it breaks up, you can always type the rest in the chat.
Oh, can you guys hear me? Yeah? Okay? Okay. I'll try my best. My name's Josue Moreno. I'm from Humboldt County. My pronouns are he, him, and I mean, fun fact, right? I mean, fun fact, I love cactuses. I don't know, it feels like it's like from my place, like, you know, where I come from. And I'm a power lifter. Yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, I'll pass on to, I think, Sitlali. Sitlali, I think. You guys can even hear me. Could you-
Yeah, so my name is Lolly Reyes, and my pronouns are also she, her, hers,
Hey
and I
guys.
also live in San Jose.
No.
And a fun fact about me is that I love swimming. And I don't know who hasn't gone yet to test it on too.
I didn't hear at the end who Sitlali passed it on to. I know that Abigail hasn't gone yet, may not be able to use the mic. Abigail, would you like to either speak or to chat in here with the introduction? My name is Abigail Quinn. My pronouns are she, her, and I live in Sacramento, California. Fun fact about me is that I love to draw. Thank you, Abigail. And then who has not gone yet? Scanning the faces here. Did I, let me look up, did Lexi introduce themselves? Okay. Okay, great. We have Stephanie Aguilera. I'm from Rio Vista, California, and a fun fact is I love reading. We have some readers, writers, musicians. Let's see here. Lexi, would you like to introduce yourself in the chat since your audio isn't working for you at the moment? All right, do we have anyone else? I'm trying to scan our Zoom classroom. Elisa, let's see. Oh, okay, oh, it just wants to chat up at the top here. So Elisa Chavez Figueroa, I'm at work right now. Talk about multitasking. Thank you for, thank you. So she won't be able to speak at the moment because it is at work. Alicia Chavez Figueroa, I use the pronouns she, her, ella. I'm from Petaluma, California, but live in Rohnert Park. So right where Sonoma State is. And a fun fact about me is that I'm one of 7 kids. You were not lonely growing up. Thank you, Elisa. All right, so if anybody hasn't introduced themselves and we're missing you for some reason, not able to just scanning everyone's names and
It looks like everyone was able to go though. Yeah.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, thank you all for, I know that takes a little time and a little patience as we're all connected, but it's great to meet all of you and learn a little bit about you. And so our main goals of our class today with myself and Dr. Isabella is to introduce ourselves and to go over the academic expectations and syllabus for the coming week. So Isabella, would you like to go over the math portion first, or would you like me to go?
Sorry, I unmuted myself. Okay, I can go first. So welcome everybody. I just wanna quickly talk about, because you have first homework to do today, which is like, no more than 30 minutes, maybe even faster, but I wanna make sure that we'll go over this. And maybe I will, let me see, maybe I will share screen and show the Canvas page. Okay, so let me share the screen. And this one. So can you guys see my screen, Canvas page for our course? Oh, okay. Okay, so this is the student view. So this is how you're supposed to see this class. Okay, so maybe here, this welcome to Summer Bridge, maybe I will click here. I added last night. This is for my office hours or contact info. Okay, Dr. QR is for quantitative reasoning office hours. So if you click on that, let me click. So this week, for Monday through Friday, my office hours, I will have daily Zoom office hours where you don't need to make any appointment. You just show up if you want to talk to me. So that will be every day, Monday through Friday, between 4 and 4 p.m. So here is the link. Probably the easiest way is if you have computer, you can just click here and you will join me in my Zoom meeting. So this is different link than our regular classes, okay? But also, if you cannot do it, if you are doing this from the phone, there is like, this is the dial number and meeting ID, or one tab mobile. I actually never even done that, but I guess you can do this. So those office hours are open for everybody. But for instance, if you want, like, there's reason that you would want to see me like individually, one-on-one, or maybe if 3 to 4 is really not good time and you would want to talk to me later, I will be available 5 to 6 p.m. also, or, you know, if there's different time, just talk to me, but those are by appointment. So just shoot me an email, either talk to me during our daily classes or just shoot me an email, make sure that should be before 5 p.m. I will make sure that I will check the email and I can set up with you like a separate meeting, okay? So let's go back to home. And so here, I just want to say, like, I want to make sure that Dr. Erika has also time for like her English introduction, because you guys have a lot of homework for English as well. But I will now point you that right here, you can see syllabus. If you go to syllabus, and so here are like kind of like assignment, but if you click here, you will see class syllabus. There are different classes. We are cohort 4. So here you see my email address. Actually, usually it's better don't put my first name, just Canada@sonoma.edu work. And so I just want to talk about, so this is 1 unit class. You will get credit, no credit. And if you will look at learning objective, pretty much 3 to 6, those are which, you know, we will be doing in our class. So you will be working, you work on problem solving, and you will work with your colleagues. You will practice collecting data. And so we will be working on some problems that it's not like I will give you like set of data, but we will actually within the first few days, we will collect data about not just, and collect this from not just our cohort, but all the cohorts. And then we will kind of play with this. And pretty much our goal is at the end of this week, you will be in some kind of group, okay? And you will be working on some project of your, so you will kind of choose the good questions to answer and work with some small group, and then you will work on presentation and so on, okay? So the most important thing for us, like, I mean, the goal of the summer bridge is to kind of give you a little warm up, welcome. And I know that many people come to college with fear of mathematics, and you should not be afraid of mathematics, okay? So this class is a little, you know, we don't have letter grade. It's more like fan-based. So, but the important is like, don't be afraid, they're really here. There are no wrong answers. So just kind of have open mind and just like, let's see where the week will take us, okay? And we also want you to have you like good start on everything that's happening in the class. So you will kind of practice when you will look at somewhere here on the assignments we will be doing. You will be filling like Google Forms. You will be submitting files on Canvas. You will be doing Canvas discussion, you will be taking Canvas quiz. So it's like little, we will introduce you to different ways how you will be, you know, it will be helpful for all your other classes. And not only for this semester, which will be all online, but even when it will be back on campus, a lot of stuff is happening on Canvas. So when you will start your classes in August, you will actually kind of know the Canvas, okay? So it should give you a good start. But I just wanna, let me see. I just wanna quickly tell you about the homework, okay? So when you go to Canvas page and when you go to day 1, click here. So you see you have for all days, click on day 1, and that's how you get to this meeting. When you go to the complete on your time, there is like quantitative reasoning homework, day 1, okay? And you will click on this. And here you have a little video. So this is, approximate this. It will be more fun to do this, you know, all together in the class, maybe by the pond, but you can do this in a home. So this is kind of, we are collecting little data about yourself, okay? So you will be, you know, record your rating, like heart rate, like before kind of any activities, and then you will do a little meditation, 5-minute meditation. So watch a video. So like follow step by step and do this on piece. So far you like on piece of paper, write this. If you don't know how to do your heart rate, there's a little video. You can do this either on your wrist, which for me is like very hard. I cannot actually do it here. I'm a kind of, I don't know, like a vampire. I don't feel it. But like you can do this also on the neck. So, and so I just want you to follow the steps, and then, you know, you look at your mood. So we are just asking about like things like, do you feel alert or do you feel friendly? And you rate this, you know, not at all, maybe a little, moderately, okay? And then you will do 5-minute meditation. And then you will, after this meditation, you repeat the steps. So you will do the heart rate and you will think about this, what is my mood? Do I feel more friendly like before, less, or whatever? You write your, and again, there are no wrong answer here. This is just about you, okay? So you write whatever you feel, and then you do like little 5-minute moderate activity exercises, and then you repeat again heart rate and your mood, okay? And then you write it on a piece of paper, bring it tomorrow to class. And the idea is later we will collect this. We will collect not from this cohort, but from all the cohorts, and we will have big database, okay? And then in this big database that won't be attached to your name, okay? So it's not like nobody will know who, but I mean, we will have, if we will look at all the students, then we can kind of look at interesting fact, okay? What is actually maybe typical, or what is the, I mean, well, that's a kind of topic for tomorrow, okay? So this is the homework. If you have any questions, so I don't want to take, maybe either send me, like write in the chat right now, because I would want to like give back voice to Dr. Erica so she can talk about English requirement for tomorrow, or just shoot me an email, or just stop by my office hours. So I will have my office hours at 3 p.m. Okay. Does it sound good? Okay, so Dr. Erica, back to you.
Thank you so much. That was great. I have to say that math still, the word math still strikes fear into my heart sometimes. But after working with Dr. Martha Schott and the Summer Bridge math team, I feel more relieved. And so I love the first assignment. But just so anybody who's feeling, you know, that right feeling, whether you feel about reading or writing, you feel it about math. I think that Dr. Kanana said it really well, that this course in Summer Bridge is not just about, oh, we're going to teach you some math, teach you some reading and writing. We are here to help you get familiar with college level reading and writing and intro to math, to help you get familiar with Canvas, to help work out those bugs that when fall semester 2020 comes, you're not worried about those parts. You know, you're ready to come in feeling confident. So now is the time to work out, you know, any of these you know, little like scary pieces or stuff you just don't understand online. So so that's what we're all here for, including your advisor, Erica Black. And also you'll notice that on the very one of the first learning outcomes for this course that you're earning a credit for, which is the first year to do that. So we're pretty excited. The first learning outcome though is demonstrate skills, attitudes, and behaviors needed to develop meaningful and healthy relationships and to be actively engaged in college and develop a sense of belonging within the campus community. So this course is not just being taught by myself and Dr. Kanana, but also by your advisor and also by your Summer Bridge leaders, Brianna and Juan. So we really are a team that's working to help you be able to accomplish that learning outcome. And so the second learning outcome you'll see there was to gain strategies for further developing college level reading and writing skills by identifying and exploring your voice in writing and in discussion. So I'm also putting this over in the chat here because I'm not ready to share my screen yet. So I just want you to see that in the reading and writing portion of Summer Bridge, that's what we're going to work on. So you can see that it doesn't say learning objective isn't you're going to be perfect. It's going to be polished. It's going to be, you know, you're going to be level A, right? It's just that you're just gaining strategies. So you're gaining strategies for further developing your college level reading and writing. So part of this is identifying and exploring your voice. And so we're going to do a lot of different writing this week. I'm actually super stoked because you're going to get to do free writing where you don't have to worry about anything with what it looks like. You're going to work on some essay formatting. So you will do more traditional academic writing. And then you have an awesome poetry assignment coming next weekend. So those of you who are poets already, you're super excited. Those of you who are like, I don't do poetry. The instructions and the whole introduction is really simple. So even if you have never read a poem before, which you've actually all listened to plenty of poetry because you all listen to music, right? Yeah? Can I get a head nod? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Right. So you're all engaged in some way. So the reading and writing portion of Summer Bridge is really going to be, it's going to be scaffolded like the side of a building. You know, when someone builds on the side of a building, they put up these scaffolds that people can step on to build it. That's what we're doing this week. So since we have about 10 minutes left here, and I do want to leave time for us to answer any questions, I'm going to share my screen too, which is scary. This is new to me too. All right, here we go. Woo, okay, you can see it. Yes, yes, head nods, thumbs up. You can see it, the screen. You can see my screen and how horrible my desktop is. Yes. Okay, okay, all right here. I know I have a horrible desktop. Do not be like me and fill your desktop with lots of stuff. Okay, so you all have access to this syllabus through this homepage here. We're going to do lots of screen sharing so that we can help you get really used to this. So if you are on your computer, you're able to get to the syllabus right here. So this link sends you to this. So you'll see that we're all sharing it. So you can see everybody up in the corner. We're all on here taking a look at it with all of our different cohorts. And we walked through this. I'm not, so first day of college class, some of your professors won't even touch the syllabus. Some of them are going to read word for word the entire syllabus, and it's gonna be painful. And it happens, you just kind of go through it. I really encourage you though, whether your professor doesn't even touch it or they go word for word through it, that you spend time looking at your syllabus, that you spend time reading it and making sure you understand it, because it's like a contract for your course, right? For the credits that you're going to earn. It's what you're agreeing to do in the course to be successful. So you can see that we have a course schedule down here. So just like today, right? We have 6/22, it's Monday. We are in our Zoom classroom. So see Canvas for all the links, right? But just in case this is an easier format for you to look at, you can look at this if you want. So your reading and writing homework and your QR, quantitative reasoning homework, are right over here. That's telling you what's due. So if this is a nice way for you to look through it, go ahead. But what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to be in Canvas, right? In order to actually access your assignments and turn them in. So I'm going to go to day one down here. So day one, and I just want to introduce your assignment for tonight. So all the way at the bottom, so it's right below where your quantitative reasoning homework is. Isn't that a pretty little image there? I was very excited about the image. Once I actually learned how to use Canvas, which was hard. So this is so great you're getting this intro here. So you'll see, so you have day one, 6/22, reading and writing free write. Can somebody tell me what a free write is? Anyone? You can put it in the chat or raise your hand. What's a free write? And if you don't know what it is, can you guess what it is? Any guesses? What's a free write? So there are no barriers or requirements to, or there are no barriers or requirements to a free write. And there's a question mark there. So yes, I would say there are no barriers or requirements to a free write. I'm not sure. Thank you for being willing to say you're not sure. That's really important. I've actually been taking some classes over the summer, and I'm one of the people who like shoots my hand up and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Tell me about it. So that's really important. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen here. Okay, Sabrina, when you write without regard to spelling or grammar. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, so back here on the free write. So, so you'll see the third paragraph down here. You see where I'm circling. Free writing is the process of writing, sometimes responding to a prompt, without focusing on grammar, academic conventions, or worrying about what it sounds like. This is a useful technique for getting your initial ideas and thoughts down on paper. During this course, we will use free writing as a starting point in developing a complete and polished essay. So how many of you, when you sit down to write, sometimes get scared or nervous and so you can't write anything? Some of you? I'm trying to see you here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Getting some response. All right. Yeah. So a free write is a way to engage in the process of writing without sort of that, like getting past that fear part. So your first assignment, your first reading and writing assignment is not to write something perfect. It's not even to try to write something perfect. It is just to respond to the prompt with whatever comes out for you. So the free writing assignment, the questions at the top here are your prompts. Who are you? That's a really big question. You can explore that, okay? That's a big question. Who are you? And what does education mean to you? So what does it mean for you to be coming to Sonoma State, class of 2024? What does that mean to you personally? What does that mean to your family? So tomorrow, during our first Zoom class discussion, well, this is really our first one, but our second one, each of you are going to take a few minutes to introduce yourselves again. So today we got your names, right? Your pronouns, a little bit about yourself, a silly fact or something, but you're actually going to draw from this free write to share a little bit more about what it means to you to get an education. And so, so you can see some of these questions I've added in a bunch more. Some of you might just hone in on that first question. You're like, oh my gosh, I could write about this forever. And you're just going to start going. But for those of you who are a little bit more stuck, you're like, oh, I don't really know. I put in a bunch of questions here so that you can just go through and just answer each question if you want. So you can see, like I said, it's free write. There's no constraints, but I did provide you with questions so you can respond to them. And so we want roughly 2-3 paragraphs. And that's just to help you, put out enough so that you have something to use. So below here, I really laid out directions, like to the very detail of find a comfortable spot where you can sit for an hour. I'd like you to spend about an hour on this. And that doesn't mean you have to write the whole hour, but you might begin writing, and you might stop, you might stretch, you come back to it, reread it, and think, well, what am I going to share? And then you might be writing again. So I really walk you through that here. It might be too detailed for some of you, so take it or leave it. So trying to give you what you might need, but also not restrict you. So when you're in your Canvas, you'll have a place where you're going to be able to actually input the text here and then press submit by tonight at midnight. So are there any, so each day, hold on one second. Each day you'll see with the, when you go day by day, you're going to get to see that you're going to have these assignments. And so they'll all be at the bottom of your screens. And so with this one tomorrow, you'll see you're going to get your text, and it's loading the video. So you'll have some videos to watch, but it should be all really straightforward. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And any questions, concerns, comments, both about reading and writing or quantitative reasoning?
If everything we're gonna type it, or we're gonna have to like sometimes write it on a paper and take a picture of it?
So, so most of the time in most of your classes, what you're going to be asked to do is type it either into a text box that's in Canvas in the assignment, or some people link a Google Doc. For this course, I know that some of you, you're still getting set up with how you're going to be able to you know, be entering college with laptops and different sorts of things. So if you like to free write for this assignment, if you like to free write by hand, I want you to do that. Not all professors will want you to do that, but I want you to do that because I want you to write in whatever way feels the most comfortable and relaxing for you. So if you free write and you do it on a piece of paper, go ahead, just take a picture and you can upload that to Canvas to turn it in. So thank you for that question. What we'll be sharing tomorrow during Zoom. So in the assignment, what it lays out is you're going to be talking about a little bit more about yourself with those questions, using those as prompts, and you're going to talk a little bit about what education means to you. So you might talk a little bit about what high school's been like for you, or you might just talk about what you're planning to do in college, but it's really up to you. And I'm also hoping that perhaps Brianna and Juan, if they're able to be present in our class tomorrow, perhaps they'll start us off if their work time permits. So that's what you'll be sharing tomorrow. Any other questions or concerns? I apologize, I did not share with you really quick my office hours. So your professors will all do office hours differently. And so this is good. I'm glad that Dr. Kanana and I will have different office hours because you'll see down here in the announcement I sent yesterday, I hold them all at these different times, but I hold all my office hours by appointment. That means that I'm not just sitting on there waiting. I only log in, and I'll send you a link. I only log in when I'm meeting with you. And so, so I ask for that, and you'll see I've got some pretty wide open hours, and I also am happy to meet with you at times beyond this, but I do ask that you send me an email requesting a day and a time. And also you have to think about the fact that it might take, you know, might take 10, 12 hours for me to respond to you. So think about that a little bit in advance, okay? And I partially do this because it's good practice for you. So we are at 11 o'clock. Any questions, concerns, comments? Great to meet all of you. Look forward to learning more about you tomorrow. Feel free to reach out to Dr. Kanana and I and your academic advisor, Erica Black, your awesome summer bridge leaders, Brianna and Juan. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow unless anybody has anything else.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you all. So now I think what's going to happen is that Brianna and Juan, y'all going to have some bonding time with y'all awesome bridge leaders. So I believe Brianna and Juan, y'all should have be host as well. So if I were to leave the meeting, it's okay. You can still be here. This is the time for y'all to really bond, get to know each other. This is called when you'll have several breakout rooms throughout the summer bridge time. So they have some amazing icebreakers, breaking ice, the ice is melted, activities for you all to do. So please just be engaged and participate as much as possible. And I look forward to seeing some of you. I believe we'll have one-on-ones later this afternoon. So yeah, I'm going to now leave the meeting, and then we have a student webinar at 12 and then one-on-ones at 1 to 5. So yeah, I'm going to peace out. And Brianna and Juan, y'all got it. And I'll see everyone.
Brianna, are we going to be breaking into individual groups, or are we going to stay as a big group?
I think I know I said before that we should break into separate groups, but now seeing the layout, it might be best if we just stay in one big group, just so nobody's connection fails or no one has trouble getting back into the Zoom room. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine with me. Can I start it off with an icebreaker?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Hold up, let me get set up real quick. All right, on the chat, I want to know, I first want to start off with everything that's going on around the world right now. We are kind of living in kind of a hard time. And I want to start us off with a poem. It's called In La Quech, or is anyone familiar with In La Quech? It's a Mayan philosophy. So I'm gonna be sharing my screen right now, and I'm gonna be kind of sharing this at least once a day. So then that way, this is kind of my philosophy, how my mentors have taught me. They showed it to me, so I kind of like it, and it feels great just to hear it. So I'm gonna be sharing my screen. So it's called En la Quech. Tú eres mi otro yo. You are my other me. Si te amo y respeto, if I love and respect you, me amo y respeto yo. I love and respect myself. Si te hago daño a ti, if I do harm to you, me hago daño a mí mismo. I do harm to myself. I just kind of want everyone to like have a moment and just like reflect on that poem. And I'm gonna be sending you guys a presentation, not a presentation, but we're gonna do a little medley real quick. But I just want you guys to really like get to know that poem for a little bit. Just let me share my screen one more time. Okay. So is anyone familiar with medley? So we're just gonna go on this website, and this is completely anonymous, so you can put how you feel. I have a few questions related to this poem. So just go to that website on the screen and type in that code.
Whose team?
Can I get a thumbs up if you guys are all in? Just put in the chat if you guys are all in. So once you guys are all in, just start typing on what In La Quech means to you, and it'll start popping up on the screen. So we have welcome, reflection, love, of not only respected, acceptance, respect, myself. And yeah, that's how I feel about In La Quech too. How I see it is what I do to others will be treated back to me. So almost like karma. So especially in the times we're kind of living with right now, it's kind of important to know that everyone comes from different backgrounds, you might not know how the other person is feeling, how their day is going. So just kind of know how your bad days are. You might not you might not show it to other people, but inside, we all have those bad days. So just imagine, let's say someone's going through that right now. So just always be good to another person, just letting them know that you're here. Let's see. And it's the same code. How can I support you as a summer bridge leader? Sorry, my dad's in the background. Again, I apologize for my dad in the background. So we have tips on if we can be helpful, giving advice to the fall semester, ways you can support us, not sugarcoat things straight up, give us tips, experience about working as a SEU. You can help us, summer bridge leaders guide us also. We have questions and answers. So the sugarcoat question answer. So for myself, I came here as a transfer student. That means I went to a community college and then I transferred here to Sonoma State last fall. And for myself, I didn't see Sonoma State being very diverse. It is not as diverse as you wish it be. There's not a lot of students of color. I'm gonna be straightforward. But one thing I do like about Sonoma State is that we have a program called CASE, so Center Academic for Student Enrichment, and that's a program that all of us are in. Summer Bridge is part of CASE, and being in CASE, and I feel like it's the most diverse part of Sonoma State. So you'll be seeing other students of color. Another example is I'm undocumented, so I'm also part of the Sonoma State Dream Center. I'm also a peer mentor. So within CASE, I've got more involved. That's how I've met more of the Summer Bridge leaders, just because I know they represent me and they come the same background as me. So when you're in CASE, you have kind of like a family. Bree, do you have any experience you want to talk about?
Yeah, so my experience is a bit different from Juan's. I came in as a first year, and I also went through summer bridge. My summer bridge was only 5 days. But yeah, like Juan said, the school isn't very diverse, and there will be times where you might feel like you don't belong or you don't deserve to be here, but that is not true. Everyone deserves to be here. And what really helped me when I felt that was turning to my summer bridge friends that I met throughout summer bridge, going to my advisor. Everyone in CASE is so willing to help and is so accepting of everyone who is a part of it. So I really do encourage everyone to ask for help if you need it, and don't be afraid to reach out to anyone. But yeah, CASE and EOP and all the other programs like Puerta, it's like a little community where I personally feel like I've been accepted. And yeah, it's a great program overall. It's really great on community, and there are so many people that you can relate to. Yeah.
I guess some tips for the fall semester. So since we are going to be mostly remote in the fall, going for remote for myself was a challenge, and been speaking to a lot of people, and they felt the same thing. Since I'm also trying to be a teacher, I've been getting involved with community. Also, with if you ever decide to become a teacher, you should talk to Porta. Porta got me involved in a program called Males of Color, and when I'm in that program, I'm with other community teachers from principals all the way from Calistoga all the way to Oakland, and they kind of gave me how they felt when going into remote. So I found out that not just us students, but like everyone got affected differently going remote. But some of advice I have going into remote again is making a schedule and being committed to that schedule. So I had classes like, let's say 1 o'clock on Tuesday. I made sure I was in class, in quote, in class at 1 o'clock. So I just set up like I was in class. I went on Canvas, checked my homework, and I said earlier to like download Canvas, just because with Canvas you get notifications right away when your teacher posted an assignment, when grades been posted. You can send them emails directly through Canvas. Another tip is downloading Google Calendar. You can put like times that you want to be in class. That way you can know like, oh, and it sends you a notification 10 minutes before. Another thing, once you start planning out your schedule later this summer bridge, is Seawolf Planner, I think. I think that's what it's called. And you can plan out your schedule when you want to have breaks. That's a kind of a way you can plan out your schedule. Bree, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, so it's actually called Seal Scheduler. And it's a great tool when you want to plan your schedule. Something that I really encourage you doing, I know since it's going to be online, I don't know how many of y'all might be living on campus or decided to stay home to save a little bit more money. But I really do recommend speaking with your parents about being remote, because it is going to be a little bit more difficult trying to focus. Sorry if you can hear the dog in the background. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to focus, and I recently spoke to my parents about it because it was an issue that I was already having since I was taking a summer class, about me trying to focus and not being able to complete my assignment on time. So being straight up with your parents and asking them if they could please like find a way to accommodate the way that it's going to be for remote learning. And also, like Juan said, keeping a schedule is key. For example, for me to be able to function properly, I have to get out of bed and do my normal routine as if I were going to class. I'm not going to be going to class. I'm going to be sitting at my computer at home, but it helps me keep a schedule, and it helps me bring some sort of normalcy to my routine and try and keep it similar. And then also set time aside for yourself to what I call quitting time. So if I'm working on an assignment or I'm doing homework and I know it's going to be a little bit stressful, I like to give myself like a time where I'm done, regardless of how far I've gone into my assignment. So it gives me, it helps me from not burning out. So yeah, that's a couple of tips that I have on that.
Talking about experience working at SSU. So for myself, my first semester, I wasn't that involved in Sonoma. That's the semester I just transferred. So for myself, I was just getting more used to the campus. I was checking out other programs. One of the programs I enjoyed was the Hub. So the Hub, it's very diverse too. I checked out there. I started checking out the programs within CASE, UP, Puerta, and the Dream Center. And that's how I kind of got involved within working within Sonoma State. And I recommend you guys all should do that too. You kind of want to make your college experience the most of it. Even though we're remote, there's plenty of opportunities. I know that other programs are going to be hosting events, and that's kind of a good way to put yourself in there and get yourself exposed to different opportunities. The more opportunities you go, the better chances you will likely to land on a job here at Sonoma State. For myself, I worked. I have another job. I'm a cook, and I worked on the weekends. I've been trying to kind of like leave that job for a while. So I've been managing that. So this spring semester, I was working a couple jobs. I'm a mini corp tutor, a Dream Center fellow. I was volunteering at Legacy Youth Project, and my cooking job in the weekends. So I had to figure out a time for everything. So that's kind of how I plan out my schedules. And that's what I communicated with my boss, let him know it's like I can only work the weekends, like this is how it's gonna be. And I managed time for my other jobs, and I also made sure I had breaks in between my school. So like one of my days I worked Wednesdays in the morning, and then I had class like at 4 o'clock. But I also make sure, and then the days I didn't have work, I had made sure I had like a morning to myself. So like 11 to like 12, I would sleep in, get myself back and focused just because I didn't want to burn out. And I also learned how my study plans, the way I work. One thing, and I still gotta work on is procrastination. It's even though I'm going into my senior year right now, it's hard, especially going remote. Like I realized that going remote was more harder to deal with that than being in person. Just because I feel like I was more, I guess, depressed just because of all my not going to school, not seeing people. But then I soon realized that I had to do something about my grades because I don't want to, like, going into my senior year, I don't want to go. Well, I didn't want to repeat another class, especially being in school for 7 years. Yeah, that's some of my tips. Is just kind of just staying on schedule and knowing how to plan out your life. Bree, you want to add anything?
Yeah, so we actually do have a question in the chat. Sabrina wants to know a little bit more about work study. I have work study. I've had work study since my freshman year. And what that basically is, the school gives you money. Well, I'm not too sure about like the in depth of it. And there's going to be more about that in the financial aid workshop. But for work study, you get a grant for basically working on campus. And employers on campus are more willing to hire work study students because they only have to pay half of your paycheck because the school pays the other half. For those who are eligible, you are required to get a job on campus or find a job off campus. That it's more tricky if you find a job off campus, so I really do recommend finding a job on campus for that. But yeah, you have to find a job on campus in order to fulfill your requirement for work study and to be able to receive that money of the grant. As from experiences about working on campus, my first semester on campus, I worked in the school cafeteria, which is called the CAF. And yeah, it was a good experience overall. It helped me, I got paid, I got money. Just make sure that if you do decide to start working while you are doing school, to prioritize school over work, because ultimately that's the reason why we're all here, to get a better education. And make sure that your work isn't taking too much time from your school, because ultimately your grades will go down a bit and we don't want that. I'm also a peer mentor, and that's a really good experience that I've had for the past, going on to my third year. I'm also the senator for School of Social Sciences on campus, which is basically our school's student government. And yeah, that's a little bit about my experience working on campus or holding positions on campus. And don't worry, there's going to be more in depth about the work study.
I also want to say that for work study, I think you have to what's it called? Be a citizen. You have to have the right paperwork to have work study, but don't let that discourage you. I am part of the Dream Center, and we do offer a fellowship. So with the fellowship, you get a stipend. So a stipend is pretty much like a scholarship where it's breaking into the beginning of the semester and then one at the end of the semester, where you pretty much get work experience. I know being undocumented, that's kind of one of my fears, is like not having any experience once I leave at a college. So the Dream Center will be announcing applications for the fall, for the next academic year. And don't be intimidated, since you guys are going as first years. We had a couple students who were first year and they were super involved. They knew their stuff. And the coordinator that run the fellowship, when she started that program, she was a first year. So just don't be intimidated. A lot of campuses this year will like having a freshman, just because you do bring new experience and new ideas into the table. So don't let that intimidate when you come in as a first year. Here's this one question. I don't know about college and how much I have left. I need a light. And honestly, it's gonna be rough. Being a first year, being a first generation college student, you're gonna be questioning yourself a lot. I know I did. Like I mentioned, I transferred here. I went to Napa Valley Community College for 5 years. Well, technically 4. I took a year off since I didn't know what to do. But what I realized once coming here is the JC didn't have as much support as Sonoma State does. They didn't have, for me, the Dream Center was a big key in my success. I wasn't in EOP in Napa. And so when I got in here, I did. The advisors truly care about you, at least the advisors within CASE. So all the people you have met today, they honestly do care about you. They'll check up on you. They'll send you texts, they give you a call, even like at late hours. And they actually have been guiding me throughout my junior year. They invite me to go check out programs that will specifically help for me to become a teacher. So that's one, kind of get to know your advisors, like let them know your life as much as you want to tell them. But the more you let them know, the more they can help you out and guide you the right way. Because again, they really are here for us. As many have said, they are EOP alums. So they know how it is to be a first generation. So they do know where we're coming from.
Yeah, and not just the advisors. Honestly, when I first started, I knew nothing about college either. It was scary. It was something new that I didn't know if I was gonna make it through. But once I got to know my advisors, Koo, I love her so much. Yeah, the advisors are amazing. And if you feel like you need help, that's why Juan and I are both here. We are literally a resource for y'all. If you have any questions, any concerns, if you need a motivational talk, we're here. We're a resource for y'all to use. And our help extends far beyond Summer Bridge. So if you're a senior and you need help, you can always call us. We're here.
We might not know everything, because again, we are also students. But with one thing within CASE, and Andre usually says, is we don't know everything, but we know a little bit of something. So we'll know someone who knows something will guide you too. And Bree, if you have any other icebreakers that you want to do.
I do have a couple of other icebreakers, but before we go into that, I do want to talk about the expectations that we have during Summer Bridge. And I know they've already mentioned it a bit during the beginning of today. But yeah, since we are doing remote learning, it is going to be a little bit different than if we were doing it in person. And what I do ask of all of y'all is just respect. If you are going to step out, or if you need to leave for whatever reason, please let us know. And overall, just respect is all we ask from you. We're also students. We just want to help you. And I think, as Andre has mentioned before, what you get out of it is what you put in. And yeah. Do you have anything to add to that, Juan?
Yeah. So again, this is your college experience. Again, this ain't the summer bridge we looked up for. I didn't have a summer bridge coming in. I wanted to kind of experience the summer bridge as the other leaders have, but again, we're trying to make the most of it. I do come here as a transfer student, so I do come out with a little bit more like life experience. I've been through some stuff, but again, I'm trying to make the most of it. In my college experience here, being a summer bridge leader, I'm also gonna be a peer mentor. So we're here to kind of support you guys, regardless the choices you want to do here at Sonoma State. So just make it the most of it. This is your college experience, so you got to make the most of it and kind of enjoy what you have. You know.
Thanks, Juan. And with that, I want to move on to the next icebreaker. Have any of y'all played two truths and one lie? Yes, no, maybe so. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple of minutes to come up with your 2 truths and 1 lie. And during this time, you can also like take a stretch break, get some water, go to the bathroom if you need to. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna give you about 2 more minutes to finish up your 2 truths and a lie and to finish your little break. All right, now let's get back to it. If you could turn back your camera on, that'd be great. If you don't feel comfortable yet, that's also fine. So who wants to start with the 2 truths and 1 lie? Anyone? Okay, I guess I'll start. So my first statement is my favorite color is pink. I have a dog named Chenta and I love spicy food. Does anybody want to try and guess which one's the lie?
I'll go ahead and guess. I think the lie is that your favorite color is pink.
That is true though. My favorite color is
Oh,
pink. Anyone else?
Is it the statement about your dog's name?
Nope. So I do have a dog and her name is Chenta. I do not like spicy food. Does anybody else want to read their statements?
I'll go. So, my first one is I've dyed my hair red before. I've been to Hawaii and I've had my wisdom teeth surgery.
I'll guess that you haven't dyed your hair.
That's the that's the truth. Yeah, I have dyed my hair red before.
Is it the wisdom teeth one?
I've also had my wisdom teeth surgery too. So the lie is I've never been to Hawaii. Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go. So my first statement is I've traveled to China. My second one is I've broken my toes. And then my last one is that I have 7 siblings.
Is it I have 7 siblings?
Yeah, I have 5 or 4, sorry.
And Sabrina, you can just go ahead and popcorn someone.
Abby, you can go.
So my first statement is I've gotten surgery on my leg. The second one is I have a pet dog And the third one is I've been to Mexico 2 times. No, I've actually gotten surgery on my leg before.
Is it the dog?
Yeah, I don't have a dog. I wish, but and I'll popcorn Cecilia.
Okay, my statements are I have a pet dog, I'm scared of heights, and I'm allergic to cats and dogs.
I feel like it either has to be the dog or the allergic to cats and dog because it's not matching up.
Both of those are actually true. So the lie is that I'm scared of heights. My dog's actually hypoallergenic, so that's kind of like cheating, but yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
He's a Bichon Frise.
Oh, cool. And just go ahead and popcorn someone.
All popcorn Stephanie.
Oh, me? Sorry. Okay. So here's my statements. My first one is I got my own apartment. My second one is I am the youngest of 5. And then my third one is I competed at a Disneyland festival and earned first place.
Is it the sibling one?
Yeah, it is. It is. That's the lie. I'm the oldest out of 5. So yeah. I'll popcorn to Juan.
Okay. So mine are, my dog's name is Matches. I write poems, and I'm vegan.
So both Josue and Jonathan say that the lie is vegan in the
Yeah,
chat.
I can't be vegan. I tried being vegetarian for like a week, but vegan's hard. I can't give up cheese. And I'll popcorn it to Jonathan.
I have a dog that is 15 years old. I like old school music. And what else? What else? And I like hot fries.
Is it that you like old school music?
What, the truth or the lie?
The lie.
No, I like old school music.
Is it the dog?
No, I have a dog that's 15 years old. I don't like hot fries as much. Yeah. Josue Moreno.
Yeah. All right, legit, I had him, and I forgot. All right. Truth, I've been to Mexico about 12 times. I've thrown out my back once, and I've gone skydiving. Yeah.
What was the second one again?
Yeah.
So it looks like you're cutting out a little bit.
Do you guys
Would you
hear
mind?
that? Right?
It looks like you're cutting out. Would you mind typing them in the chat?
Damn. All right. I put them on my back once before. Yeah. I put 'em on my back once. I'll come back. I'll come back.
Okay. Does anybody else want to go?
Sure. One. Oh, what did I say? What- I'm not even tired.
Okay, so Josue wrote in the chat, I've gone skydiving, I've thrown out my back, and I've been to Mexico 12 times. Does anybody want to try and guess which one is a lie?
What's the what's the third one? I forgot the third one. What was the third one? I literally forgot this time. It was yeah. There you go.
So he hasn't gone skydiving. So do you want to write in the chat who you want to go next? Abigail. So Abigail, you can write your statements in the chat if you want to, or you can just say them out loud. Is there one Abigail or is there two?
I think there's two. It was me and another girl, but I think she left because she's not here anymore.
Okay. So then instead Jose picked Haley. Is Haley here? And again, you can also write it in the chat if your microphone isn't working. So Haley's two truths and one lie is the first one. The longest road trip I've been on lasted 3 days. The second one, I've lived in 4 different states. And the third one, my dog likes to sunbathe.
Is it the second one?
So she's only lived in 3 states. That's a lot of states. So it looks like we're running out of time, and not everyone's going to be able to go. Sorry about that. So the next thing that we're going to move on to is the student panel. So on your Canvas is going to be the link for the student panel. And I think, Juan, do you have the link for that as well?
Yeah, I'll post it. Post a copy on it right now. I also want to say that I'll be one of the students for the student panel. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them there.
Yeah, so go check it out and ask Juan all your questions.
So there is the link. So we'll be there at 12 o'clock. So you guys have a 10-minute break and we'll see you guys all at 12 o'clock.
Bye, y'all. See you there.
Bye.